What's going on, everybody?
Welcome,
One of the
welcome,
dopest
everyone.
YouTube intros ever. Look how fire that was.
Why, thank you. I had nothing to do with it.
Thanks. We got a special guest interviewer tonight with us, Jay Ramirez from the Low Grades.
What's up, everybody? Low grade in this building. I'm the 0.5er. I'm grateful that my friends above me asked me to be a part of this interview here, and I can't thank them enough, man. Thank you guys very much. I'm honored.
Absolutely.
We love you.
It's an honor. We
love hanging out with
J2
you.
as a whole love you.
And we know you've got a little bit of a connection to our writer we have coming on tonight. You guys have interviewed. You guys talked a little bit since then.
Yeah.
So let's
the friend, the homie.
Let's give him a little introduction and bring him on in. We have the writer of several awesome comics, including The Recount, the Freakshow Kingdom titles, Freakshow Princess, Jester, and Knight, Quicksand, which I got right here, and the one that we got on Kickstarter right now called Capable. Issue 4 is on Kickstarter, and you can get all the issues on there. Please welcome Jonathan Hedrick. What's going on, Jonathan?
Hey, how's it going, folks?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
It's going good. We got lots of people hanging out in the chat already saying,
Cool.
saying hi. Comics on the Edge.
Yo, that's my low grade brethren.
Aw, welcome in.
Sold twice. The show's grade went lower.
Sorry.
Jason, what's going on? TM Nerdy, and I think that's everybody so far. But say hi as you walk in. Click the stream, hop on. We'll say hi to you. So let's get this kicked off. Usually we kick off interview, let you tell a little bit about yourself, how you got into comics, and we'll go from there.
All right. Yeah, I'm Jonathan Hedrick. I'm the writer of those comic books you mentioned before, the Recount, Quicksand, the Freakshow Kingdom zombie books, and Capable, which is live on Kickstarter right now. I've been writing comic books in script format for about 2 years now. Just been a writer all my life, but never really used it to a point of wanting to monetize it in any particular way up until recently, about 2 years ago, when I had all these ideas and notebooks filled with just random thoughts and things and the beginnings of stories, just hodgepodge of stuff. And I watched an interview with Doug Wagner, another comic book writer. He did Plastic, The Ride. And I was able to ask him how someone gets into comic books. And his advice was just make a comic book. And that all the pieces are there nowadays where, with technology and the internet, you can do everything from home for the most part. It's not like in the old school Marvel DC days when everyone had to live in New York City because the person wrote the script and they had to hand it to the person and see the artist had to do everything. Now you can just email everything back and forth from each other.
Yeah, you got people working across different, the countries, across multiple countries.
Right, different continents. With Quicksand, all 4 of us on that team, me, Deborah, the artist, Sunil, the colorist, and Christian, the letterer, we were all on different continents in this world. So that's how amazing and how great comic books have come. So I'm just really proud and thankful that I can be a part of it, that I've have a little small sliver into the comic books that are out right now.
Oh, we're here to make that slither a lot more bigger, brother.
Let's do it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Do a whole slice.
Yes.
I want the whole damn pizza.
Bring it on. I dropped in the chat the link to the Kickstarter, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But for those of you watching live right now or those watching on the replay, it's also down in the description below for Capable number 4.
Oh, yeah.
And you also are part of another one that's running right now that has a Capable story in it, right?
Yeah, and it's probably confusing to a few people. So a store in Altamont Springs, which is outside of Orlando. I'm in Central Florida, so are they. They have a Kickstarter running right now that's kind of an anthology of 4 different comic books, different creators who lended short stories to their intellectual properties, which includes a 10-page story for Capable, which actually takes place during the same time as issue 1. So it runs concurrently with that issue. So if you read Capable 1 and you read that 10-page short, you'll kind of like see how they parallel each other. And it's pretty neat.
That's fun.
Yeah. And I've been waiting for them to launch it for so long now. And I withheld using that 10-pager for stretch goal rewards and other Kickstarters. And so then I you know what? It's time for me to launch Capable 4. And like a week or 2 later, here they are launching theirs. So with hi, Francesca. And I hope I pronounced that right. She's going to murder me if I don't pronounce it. That's the artist on Stake.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had David on.
My personal favorites.
David Burns, the writer. Yeah.
It seemed like that was just recently, but it was probably like a month or 2 ago now.
Yeah. It's forever recent in my heart. I love that book.
It's
really
so
fun.
Good. Oh, welcome in.
No.
But yeah, Capable. There's two different Kickstarters running right now with Capable in it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
super cool.
Awesome.
And Capable 4 has a couple days remaining, 5 days remaining.
5 days. Yep.
5 days. Let me
getting those.
Bring this up as we talked about Capable.
You're down to the finish line.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean,
we're very close to the goal too.
So close, I'm confident that we'll make it. I went into it. I designed the campaign, make it as a minimalistic campaign. I wanted to make sure it was affordable. I did my numbers based off people. The numbers where people backed Capables 1, 2, and 3. I didn't try to double that or anything like that. I wasn't going off my numbers for Freakshow Knight or Quicksand. And I designed the rewards for those people to return from the previous Capable to this one, which is kind of where I think I may have hit a snag, because those that are just now discovering Capable, the rewards really aren't as clear to set up for those that need to catch up on it. So, and some of that's due to Kickstarter's platform and how the add-ons get set up, but it's working out. And I didn't go into this wanting it to be a 5-figure campaign. I wasn't trying to raise actually $10,000. I needed 3,000. If I get 3,000, I'm good to go. And then people are going to get their comic books.
Nice.
That's always awesome. Like hearing the approaches to setting up the Kickstarters, because some people do go for those, like, we want to smash it out of the park.
Right.
Yeah, here's all the add-ons and the extras and the goodies.
Right. Here's all these
everything.
crazy things versus you're focused on the comic and focused on making something good, getting it to the people.
I think some of the add-ons are great. I know a buddy of mine was able to back issue 4 and then added on 1, 2, and 3 as well for physical copies. So it's great, as you said, for folks to catch up. Let's say if they're only backing issue 4, then they have the option to, pick up the other ones and fully read the story as a whole. Exactly.
Yeah. Between the digital collection and being able to add on issues 1, 2, and 3 as an add-on, anyone can pick up this series right now with this Kickstarter. So
it's a good read too. Like you're not struggling to get through it. Like I was immediately just whipping through them. I was like, okay, more. Yep, give me more.
What makes it for mature readers?
Good question. It's it's the language in it. I wrote it like how I was a teenager in high school. The main character is a high schooler, and I didn't hold back back then.
No.
I was a kid that when I was looking to buy my CDs, and I just aged myself was saying CDs, you were more likely to get me to buy your CD if you had the parental warning, explicit lyrics in the corner. That
Without a doubt.
I would choose that over one that didn't any day.
Yeah.
And I
That's
discovered
funny.
a lot of good music that way.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's the language. It's not so much gory or graphic as like the Recount, but it has the language like the Recount.
Oh, it does. I read issues 1 through 3 today, and Robert, I can back that. If you want to read a book, it says "fuck" in other words and things of that nature in it.
Mhm.
This book is for you, man,
Yeah.
and it resonates
Lots of
home,
shit.
man. It's
Oh,
great.
yes.
Well, when I went into developing Capable, I knew there was going to be the thing with it being about people with disabilities. I didn't want to play it safe because I feel like the people that identify in that community may be sick of safe.
True.
Yeah.
That's a touchy subject. So let's make their world. Our vision of their world all kosher and nice and everything's perfect except for this one little thing, but it's not like that. Kids are still assholes, no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what you're going to get in high school. So I wrote it like that.
My kid's
So I'm curious
13 and
as to
she can
if-
be an asshole sometimes.
I'm curious as to if you picked the disabilities or the powers you were going to give the disabled people first.
It depends on which character, and some of
Okay.
them depended on how the story needed to progress.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I always knew Derek was going to be in a wheelchair because I wanted to write a speedster story. I'm a fan of The Flash. I love time travel and how that paradox works with him. And writing a speedster story is hard. There's some rules that you have to break and follow for it to make sense, and to make your character not just this one-trick pony. It can be a challenge to write, and I just dove into it. So
That's great.
yeah.
Going back to what you said about, excuse me, you didn't want to make it soft. I think that is great because folks that do those disabilities know that it's tough and it's hard and it's not soft. So to sugarcoat something that they go through on a daily really wouldn't resonate with them because they're the ones going through it. So I gotta say, man, I love what I've been reading, and I'm glad I backed issue 4, and I'm hyped to see what comes next, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to pander to that audience, that community. I myself don't identify as a person with disabilities, but my editor on Capable is someone that identifies as someone in the PWD, and she checks me. I intentionally sought her out as an editor, so I don't do anything that's offensive, not realistic, inappropriate. And so far, she hasn't had to be like, all right, Jonathan, we're gonna have to rewrite this whole entire thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that you brought in somebody who is part of that community. That that's a vast community, different disabilities, different things, but someone at least has something that could say, maybe we shouldn't go down this route. This
right.
Well, and I really like too that you did ADD, which was ADHD. One of them that is, an invisible disability because I am diabetic, and I was like, hey, that's like kind of my people. Yeah. And I also have no attention span, so there's that too.
Yeah. I was totally thinking, if you had a person with diabetes, what would their superpower be?
And that, this is what I think is really fun about Capable is I get that a lot. People will come up to me and they'll say, what would be their power if I said this disability? And it's almost kind of like when you're how I was in the nerd table in school with the 3 kids I knew who read comic books, and we just started making up characters and powers and things like that. You can do that with Capable, and it's endless possibilities. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It brings out the geek in me so much, and I love it, every bit about it.
I thought his power was great. I was like, hell yeah.
It's making me think what my power would be. Fuck, I bleed everywhere. I have hemophilia, so I'm like,
can you give people clots then? Can you cause clots to happen for other
there
people?
You go, yeah.
I'm a bloodbender, sir.
Yeah.
Bloodbender? Oh gosh.
That'd be cool.
Oof.
I do have a quick question. Have you gotten any feedback from folks that have disabilities, and what type of feedback are you receiving from this story?
everything I've been fortunate enough that everything has come back positive from people that identify with that community. I was sweating bullets on that first signing for issue 1. I did at that same store, 9.9 Comics, and the first person in line was someone in a chair, motorized chair. I was like, all right, here we go. This is a test. Let's just do it right now. Am I gonna have to fold up all my stuff back in the box and scrap issue 2 and never do it? But they were in line because they heard about it. They were so happy that there was finally something that represented them, and it wasn't safe. It wasn't a Disney version of what they were, how they feel and how they look.
That's great, dude. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was a cool moment for sure. Hi, Comics and Pops. Bye, Comics and Pops.
Just reading out real quick.
I'll be on a show with him later tonight. So
busy.
Yeah.
The podcast, video cast, whatever you guys call you all work so hard. I don't think people realize what it takes to do this type of stuff. I mean, reviewing comics and
read a lot of books.
It's like the drummer of the band. They're always in the back. No one gives them any love, but they are the backbone. So you guys play a very important part.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Y'all's channel is great. The low grades. We're EA. We're just the dudes. We're just the dudes.
You guys have
fun. Having fun. Just a different kind of fun.
That's the one thing that we all try to do with everything is just have fun and get to talk about the books that we like to talk about. We love reading.
What's the point of reading a book if you hate it?
Right.
Yeah.
You just spite reading it? Like, what? That's a waste of your money.
I hate this damn book.
And Jason says he's definitely going back. So awesome to hear. Look who it is.
Bradley.
Oh,
what's going on, Bradley?
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Happy belated birthday. Hopefully MegaCon was
fun. Who's Bradley? I'm just curious.
He is CEO of Second Sight Publishing, who published.
Shout out to Bradley. Hey.
Some of this guy's work.
That's my boss for the Freakshow books and soon for Capable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome to hear.
So does that mean you're releasing singles through them?
For Capable, yeah, it's gonna be. So this is gonna be the last Kickstarter for Capable, and then Second Sight's going to publish 1 through 7 after that.
Oh, that's awesome!
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Are you going to do the same covers that you've already done for Kickstarter or new ones?
Well, yes and no. Probably the main covers that the interior artist did, Gino Casmianto. And then I got something nice lined up for new incentive covers.
Nice.
So more to come on for that. Nice. A particular artist that I pulled over for another project that's going to knock out some sweet covers. I've seen 2 of them already. So
nice.
This artist done covers for your other book?
Yep. It's not who you might think it is. So. Yeah.
That's true. There are a couple artists you got on that. Okay.
I've worked with a lot of artists already, so
I know.
He's like checking them all.
Who's doing some stuff with Second Sight already?
No.
But his genre doesn't really fit Capable as much. I'm thinking of Stefano. Cardicelli.
It's not Stefano. Yeah, I got me and Stefano are busy with other projects. Segue into something else. We got me and him have a couple things in line. Something that's going to be announced soon, and something that I was working on today that's in the works. So.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Totally different genres too. So between the 3 of those projects, Freakshow Knight, which was zombie horror, and the other 2 and 3, I'm being careful to choose my words. All 3 of them are totally different genres.
Okay.
That's
really excited about.
I'm glad to hear there's like so much more coming from you, Jim.
Yeah, man. The diversity in the catalog.
That's what I like to do. I'm trying to make sure I'm not pigeonholed into one thing, and I'm not just doing zombie books and just trying to. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Recount is completely off from all of these too. I think you described it as a not political.
It's such a unique story.
Don't get me started on the Recount. I fucking love that book. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. And this is the guy. Actually, I don't know if you remember at Pensacon, I bought an issue 1 for somebody.
That's right.
That's the guy who I bought it for. He asked if I could grab it.
That's a good friend right there. You know.
He also grabbed me one, which I did request, but it's already put away nice and safe.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, Recount. I like to call it anti-political thriller. At the very beginning, I was calling it a political thriller. When I was saying that, I was doing it at a very hard time in our country to hear the word political, and it just, that word just kind of like stabbed the Q-tip too far deep into people's heads. So I switched up to anti-political because I think everyone, even if you like politics, if you follow politics, everyone hates politics.
Yeah.
To some degree, that's true.
Because you may like,
nuisance.
If you like politics, you probably have your party, but you hate the other one. So therefore, you hate politics.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
I like that. I'm just waiting for the masses to start accepting applications. I got my mask ready, so
Nice. That would be pretty cool. Like in the back of one of the issues, have like an application form. The old school, it has the perforated dots with the scissors.
Yes.
Mail it in to here, send.
But you have to actually make it on that terrible paper.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm probably already on a watch list, and I throw that in the mix.
We all are. It's fine.
I know I
am. Send money to here for your membership fees.
Right.
Only in ones.
Yeah.
I accept quarters.
$2 bills only.
No, $1 only.
Bills. That's funny.
Oh man, no, that'd be pretty cool though to throw that in there. It's like a little Easter egg kind of thing.
I would
got something else coming up with the Recount, from what it sounds like, right? You got Preamble.
I shared the logo finally for that. The Recount Preamble, which is a one-shot prequel to the Recount Volume 1. So it takes place before those events and kind of just gives more weight and background to that world. And I would say it's great for people who've already read the Recount. And even though it's a prequel, I would recommend people reading issues 1 through 4, then going back and reading the prequel. So that's in good hands of an artist right now. And I'm hoping that we can wrap up all the art, colors, lettering before the end of the year. And then, maybe I can get Scout's blessing in time for it to be solicited into Diamond enough that it can be out within the first half of 2022.
Oh, man.
Hopefully the earliest half of 2022.
That's fucking exciting. My palms are
sweating. On
a
term?
Well, the second term? Yep. I mean, second term's coming. I just... it's hard to get time to put pen to paper. And there's a few projects, and behind on the wall that I'm facing is my erase board with all my projects and my check marks of what is complete and what's not complete.
Yeah, you're definitely on a watch list.
You got
little strings connecting all your plot lines.
Post-it notes of all different colors. But the more I can wipe some of those off, the more I'll free up time to do the second term for Recount. It's still going to happen. It's just going to take some more time.
Nice.
I'm curious to know, with all the projects you have, all the diversity, all the diverse stuff that you have going on, where do you find the inspiration to make such awesome creations, man? The Recount, Capable, Quicksand. I mean, I'm sure you pull little inspiration from maybe music in your own mind. Where does it come from?
Yeah, I wish I could say where. It just kind of just flows in different times. I get inspired a lot when I'm at the gym listening to music, when I'm doing, just cardio and I'm in that almost meditative state. When I'm just laying in bed and can't fall asleep, when I wake up in the middle of the night. For example, the ash can for the Recount. I had no plans of doing an Ashcan whatsoever. Everything was lined up for issue 1 to come out later that year. But one night, I couldn't sleep. I had a 4-pager in my head. I got up. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, turned on my laptop and wrote it. And I said, hey, I reached out to James Hake, the president of Scout. And I said, if I do this before I pay for the art, can we put this out? He's like, an Ashcan? Oh, yeah, we can do an Ashcan. I said, all right.
Oh, yeah.
And I made it happen. So it's random, yeah. Random inspiration.
This is the first I've heard of a fucking Ashcan for the recount. Are you
serious?
Yeah, also, I didn't realize that there were 4 different pages of this comic.
I'm like, wait, what?
So it actually was supposed to be, I wanted it to be issue 0. Okay. But they labeled it as an Ashcan. It got released in June or July of last year. It was in one of the sub boxes for Scout. And I think Comic Tom had some in his box. And then I think they printed only 1,000 of them. And that's the only way that you could get them, either those boxes. And yeah, I can't even get any more. I think I might have 5.
Dang.
But good news, those 4 pages are going to be in the trade.
Zeno, what?
Nice.
Welcome.
Much love to Zeno.
Yeah, there's the CBFC South, bro. What's up, man?
Oh, nice. So there's some incentive to get the trade if you've read issues 1 through 4 already.
Yeah, if you can't get your hands on the Ashcan, those 4, I made sure that those 4 pages from the Ashcan are going to be in the
nice
in the trade. So,
awesome.
All right. Well, I know what I'm doing.
And I was getting it already. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Doom 143. What's going on?
What's up? Welcome in.
Yeah, that's super exciting though. Like the timing also, like that just got announced. It's coming out. You've got this Kickstarter going on. You just wrapped up Quicksand. Mm-hmm. I feel like you just wrapped that up, but it's been probably 2 months now.
I probably fulfilled it all last month in time to launch this. So yeah, about 2 months ago is when the Kickstarter was either running or wrapped up. And my artist on there, that book, Deborah Lanchinese, she's been working hard. She's already done with the line art for issues 2 and 3. Oh, so man. I'm overdue giving her another script before I lose her to someone else that realizes how talented she is. So, but yeah, 2 and 3, I'm honestly thinking about dropping both of those at the same time in one Kickstarter.
Okay.
Just here's 2 and 3. The fulfillment may take a little bit longer, but instead of just doing issue 2, then another Kickstarter for a different book, then issue 3, just give everyone 2 and 3.
I like it.
Yeah. In separate floppies. I want to combine them.
Yeah, I like that.
After reading issue 1 for that, I'm like, all right, what's next? Let's get issue 2. Let's go.
I know I'm Cliffhanger McGee over here.
Yeah,
that you are.
Yes, you are.
Good. Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to see more of this.
Thank you.
Is that then coming up probably early next year or?
Issues 2 and 3. I'm thinking before the end of this year.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll most likely be my next Kickstarter. Fulfill Capable, and I think that'll be my next Kickstarter. So it's still just waiting on the logistics of the other parts, with the colors and the lettering, because I don't want to launch a Kickstarter and have a lot more to do in that project and have people wait 4 or 5 months and get the books in the mail and forget that they even backed it. I hate that. I backed this? I don't remember it.
Yeah, I've probably got
happens too often
that I'm like, there was something I backed and it said it wasn't coming till summer of next year, and I'm like, I am going to forget.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're gonna lose interest in it, and you're gonna realize you didn't want it.
Yeah.
At least he's speaking the truth.
Yeah. No, I've been backing more things on Kickstarter, and I kind of look at the fulfillment stuff, and I'm like, all right, you guys are within a couple months. I'll remember. I'll still want this.
Yeah. It affects the incentive of backing a Kickstarter. If
absolutely.
Way too long, I might not like this at that point in time. Who knows?
Yeah. I think that thing was like it was going to be like a giant hardcover graphic novel. And I'm like, hey, I guess that makes sense. But
right. Yeah, it all depends on what the product is.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Well, man, all right. I got to know. You guys know J2. I come serious. I come with some brain busters. Breakfast tacos. Cheese or no cheese, brother?
Breakfast tacos, definitely cheese. And now I have to put in a caveat. When it comes to breakfast tacos or breakfast burritos, I cannot mix eggs with peppers at all.
No.
So I eat eggs and I eat peppers. But for some reason, when they're both in the same meal,
that's like my favorite breakfast burrito.
I spew. I have this reaction in my stomach. I can't do those two combined.
A little sausage in there, some cheese.
Let me make a note if you ever come to Texas not to take you to.
I'm getting hungry over here.
So you know me. I gotta ask the brain busting questions. Yeah, I don't know where they come from.
Keep bringing them.
Okay. All right. I gotta know, man. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Everybody know it's a staple. Are you going with strawberry or are you going with grape?
Strawberry. But grape, I'm not a grape hater. I'm not a grape hater. But strawberry first.
I feel that, man.
Go for that marshmallow fluff instead.
Oh, yeah.
Marshmallow fluff? What's that?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, okay. Apparently, I didn't know there's a
I'm sorry.
And I don't know what marshmallow fluff is.
You do fun things, and you don't know what marshmallow fluff is?
What am I missing? Fill me in on the juice. What am I missing out on?
It's fluff, like marshmallow.
It's literally just marshmallow in a jar of peanut butter, but it's marshmallow that you just scoop out.
And would you eat it with bread?
You just put it
if you want. I mix it with peanut butter and then put a little chocolate sauce on it and eat it.
That sounds like 55 cavities waiting to happen.
Yeah,
I have no cavities.
What's also really good is like the Elvis thing where you do the peanut butter, you put bananas on it, you
Sparks, you're living a dangerous life there, sir.
It's great. Yeah, put a little marshmallow fluff on that. It's so good.
Fluff right on top of that.
Do you know what cookie butter is, J2?
Cookie butter?
Yes. Oh my god.
Bradley didn't know either.
Like you eat it with like a spoon, like cookie dough.
Cookie butter is the best.
Cookie butter. It's from Trader Joe's.
They have it in other places now. But
who's Trader Joe?
I found it first.
Don't worry about it.
Am I missing out on a comic that I'm not like?
I have a lot of Trader Joe's
Walmart,
there,
HEB. This is Texas. Central Market.
It's Texas. How do you not know about marshmallow fluff? My man.
Marshmallow fluff should be everywhere. Cookie butter, I can see not being everywhere.
I'm doing curbside delivery for some marshmallow fluff.
I didn't know what cookie butter was either, so I'm right there with you, Jay.
Okay.
Oh my god, all of you people. The disappointment is real.
I have bought it not at Trader Joe's too, so it's not just the Trader Joe's thing.
So so what is cookie butter? Like
it's
It's
literally
basically
if you could take cookie dough but turn it into a butter and make it safe to eat. It's cookie butter.
And what do you put it on? Like steak?
Anything you want, a spoon and lick.
Like you could get like literally I do that sometimes. Sometimes like apples and that.
Oh yeah, it is really good on apples.
Okay, cooking with Sparks and Caroline. Here we go.
Yeah.
You promised me cookie butter.
You promised me cookie butter.
I think I have some downstairs too, and now I'm like, I'm gonna have some.
I have some like right around the corner. I could go.
I have
demonstration purposes. Here.
Sour Patch Kids. That's what I have. I don't know.
I have a Diet Coke.
Look at that.
Watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
So anyway,
I told you guys I come with some brain busters.
Promise me cookie butter.
Oh, that was great.
I love it. No. See, that's what those questions are for, man. Yeah, fun with that.
It's for me to get upset about your food choices in life.
Sorry to disappoint. I'm the kind of guy that like bites the top of a pickle off and shoves it with Sour Patch Kids and enjoys my movie, and I'm straight chilling.
Did you say pickle?
Yeah.
You said pickle?
You take the pickle.
With
shout out. You take the pickle. Bite off the crispy top of it. Grab you some delicious, first they're sour, then they're sweet kids. Start pushing it down to the middle of the pickle. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, forget about it. You're in there.
Pickles are already carved out.
There's no
no, no, it's not carved. Guys, I'm J2. I'm a rarity. I'm one of a kind. When everyone's turning right, I turn left.
Who hurt you?
That's for another episode, Caroline.
Wow.
Sorry. So yeah, we have Jonathan Hedrick, capable Kickstarter. Here we go.
So what's your next food-based comic that's coming up?
Oh man, I don't know if I have a food. Oh, I got
segue.
Something adjacent to food in the works. So.
If you say cannibals, I'm leaving.
No.
Yes.
Actually,
it'll be a clown-only mirror comic.
Yeah.
You won't get her to read that one.
Nope.
So no haha or Ice Cream Man.
I read haha, but I found it hard to read at night.
Sure. Yeah.
It was just sad.
Disturbing, yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
I liked it.
But capable got lots of cool things on here. There's the first 3 issues. This is the new one, issue 4.
Yeah.
Which
you see the pain and agony on his face in that cover. Look at that, man. It is awesome.
Things get difficult for Derek in issue 4. The common theme of this series is that he thought his life would be better if he could walk, right? And now he's superpowered, but still it's like the whole with great power comes great responsibility, like Spider-Man, but with a twist. And things are just going to slowly get more difficult for him.
And the way things leave off at issue 3 without spoiling it, it's there's a confrontation coming.
Yes.
Sounds like. I do like issue 1. We got him having his powers. Issue 2, she started to develop her powers.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 3, we get someone else developing their powers. Do we have a 4th person coming in this issue?
Yep. And teases like a major player throughout the rest of this miniseries. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Yeah. It gets dark. And what I like about it is the progressiveness of how it gets darker. The issue 1 cover has a very like upbeating, look to it, with him sitting in the wheelchair and his shadow is the cape. And then by issue 4, he's on his knees and he's, screaming.
Yeah, he's running here.
Mm-hmm.
She's not looking too happy there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, man,
things get real.
And he's been through some stuff already since.
Exactly. Yeah.
Without spoiling what happened, he's dealt with some tragedy.
Right. And it just continues.
Had some dark things happen to him in 3 issues.
So
which I like when it's like, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of darkness to bring, to make those happier moments even, shine brighter and the triumph. And all.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. If your hero is just flying around all day like Superman and just saving the day and then going back to work at the newspaper, doesn't make for entertaining reading over and over again.
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
Yeah. Is this a tease at a new character here?
Yeah. So you might want to pick it up if you're into cameos, first appearances, and things like that.
This is the way I like to tell folks is, you guys saw what happened with Recount. And on Instagram, I kept telling, I was praising it, said, don't sleep on it. Guys, don't sleep on Capable. This series is great. The story is awesome. The writing is phenomenal. The characters are fantastic. Some you might even be able to relate to with or without a disability, the things that they go through on the daily basis, man. Do not sleep on Capable. It's amazing. I'm sleeping on Marshmallow Fluff. Don't sleep on Capable.
How dare you?
You can get the other issues either through, you can get all of them digital, or I was going to show the add-on section here.
Yeah, it's a little confusing how to add on issues 1 through 3, and we blew out of the. I really underestimated the tier for the physical collection for 1 through 4. But yeah, issues 1 through 3, they're still available as add-ons or just different covers. But the benefit of that is they're variant covers that I'm not reprinting. I'm not reprinting any more of Capable after this because of the deal with Second Sight. So if you want these low print collectible Kickstarter issues, get on board now.
Yeah, and there were, and it looks like somebody has, somebody's backed. We're getting even closer.
Nice.
That's why I love this community, man. They come full-fledged for support. They show love, you know. It's amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely. There's some cool variant covers that you were talking about. Let me bring that up.
That's my buddy Dominic Prosy. He lives in the same town as me, and that's going to be a foil cover.
Ooh.
That's going to shine nice.
The little background.
We were really trying to channel like that 80s dirtbag type theme.
It's very Stranger Things, and I love it.
So,
yeah.
So
breaking the crutch.
I love it. That's the one I backed. The background reminds me of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
I actually have a shirt that looks like that background.
And it's going to look pop with that foil too.
Oh yeah.
I might have to add this one on because I did the 1 through 4 when that was still available. Like, I think it was one of the last ones to get on it, and then I'm like, gotta go back and look at these covers again because that's awesome.
Yeah. And then this next one, that's Jason Murr he's the artist on By the Horns.
Dope sneakers.
Yeah. I love
those kicks.
I love that. I love simple covers. I don't like over the top, so many characters, blah, blah, blah. Just keep it simple for me, you know?
The simplicity is what does it.
And explains everything. That shot explains the entire series in one simple. You don't even see a face in that
don't
cover.
have to.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's Jason.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's always cool to work with one of my Scout guys, you know, Scout label mates on a different project outside of Scout.
Look at that.
Yeah.
For $15.
15 for a foil cover? Come on, folks.
That's fine.
Come on.
That one's all gone.
Yeah, that's the one I got on.
I need to go back and do that Kickstarter exclusive cover. I did the foil one, but I mean, as I look at that Kickstarter cover, I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, the best way to get multiple covers for issue 4 is that one right there, the 35. And then if you need issues 1, 2, and 3, then you can add on the previous ones, the different variants.
Nice.
And then I had a few left over from the other Kickstarters for those Kickstarter exclusive covers. And so I made its own reward tier and was making sure that I had to price it at a point where the people who backed those previous Kickstarters weren't going to, you know, be upset about, you know, so I just kept the same price point for the previous runs to make it fair.
I get that.
I mean, that shows also, you know, these are limited covers. It's limited to the Kickstarter, and when Kickstarter ends, that's it.
Yep, never again.
Don't sleep on the Capable, guys. I'm telling you, jump on this Kickstarter ASAP because you're gonna be hurting when you miss out. I promise. I know it. Quote me on that. J2. If you don't like what I said, I'm on Instagram, but usually I make sense 9 times out of 10 when I talk, and I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, and then
plenty of add-ons.
Those add-ons, the back issues, the other covers, the collective, which is the other Kickstarter that.
The add-on for the collective that's in my Kickstarter is a different cover than what they have on their Kickstarter. So you could back both you can get that cover and the one from their campaign, and this will be different. So it's a different.
Nice.
We made sure that we weren't going to overlap like that and get price it wrong, and someone was going to get the same cover for a different price. We didn't want to mess around with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also we've had Travis Gibb on here, and his story of Voodoo Nations his story from that in there.
Right.
So super cool. Both of you guys all in there. I mean,
yeah. Me and Travis, we're on a lot of projects together. He's also local to me, so this goes hand in hand.
Let's give it up for Kickstarter one time. Offering a platform for creators to come and put their content out there and reach out to fans and folks who really enjoy these series, and they're able to back it, and you almost feel a part of it. You know what I mean? I think that's awesome.
I feel like it makes the community for your book specifically way more tangible.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it lets anyone become a comic book creator, in my opinion. Now it doesn't necessarily make you a good comic book creator, but it gives you the opportunity to put your stuff out there and give it a chance. Where before, man, you were just trying to beat the street, selling your comic books down the back of your the trunk of your car at the mall, hoping someone would take it.
Well, and so we've been lucky enough to interview people who own comic book publishing companies, and they're like, that's one of the easiest ways to get us to hire you, is to be like, I made this thing here. Here's the thing. Here's the numbers. Here's what I did. Here,
it's a proven brand.
It's a tangible proof of me doing a thing.
Yeah,
and they don't have to worry about copyright and all that stuff.
Taking more notes here.
It's already published. It's already made.
Yeah, it was, and it was literally publish an issue. Don't give us this giant graphic novel that we're gonna have to parse through.
Yeah.
So the way that you've got things coming out issue by issue is just they can look at it and be like, hey, yeah, this is awesome. I can read through this real quick,
right,
and decide right off of that. So it's awesome. That's a platform, and now I've been reading more and more of the Kickstarter comics. I'm like, why am I reading anything not from Kickstarter? Right. I mean, there's obviously there's a lot of good things on both sides of it, but there's more and more that I'm realizing, just whether it's because creators didn't want to go to a traditional publisher and they want to do their own thing, or they haven't been discovered. There's awesome stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of opportunity out there.
Get a question here. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but is there anything you wanted to add about how this story came about?
Well, for Capable, I was a big fan of this comic book that ran about 75 issues in the mid-2000s called Irredeemable, and Mark Waid wrote it. And the concept of that series was, what if Superman became a bad guy and he just snapped one day? And that's what this world's Superman did. He snapped, and that whole series plays out with, now we have to live in this world where there's an evil Superman, and the remaining superheroes are struggling, trying to keep the world together. And Capable slowly grew out of that over a few years. I wasn't trying to emulate that series per se, but I like the idea of what if the wrong people were given superpowers? And I'm not saying folks with disability are always wrong, but chances are
people in every subject group.
Right.
Yeah.
Chances are not everyone who gets superpowers is going to do the right thing, no matter what group they identify with. People are jerks no matter what kind of ideology that they have, or gender or sexual orientation. There can be jerks anywhere. And imagine if they got powers. And what if it was a group that had a lot of ridicule all their lives, were held back from things, were picked on and bullied, and all of a sudden, whatever was their seen as their flaw is now their superpower, and it just twists the world like that. And Capable kind of grew out of that idea. I had to tone it down and not be so intense. But yeah, and then when I came up with the title, I was like, that's perfect. I got to make a comic book now called Capable. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It comes across well with all of that, with recognizing the fact that these people have been bullied, and they are going to feel angry towards the bullies.
Right.
Well, and even more so, he changes and they still bully him for being a different kind of different.
Yeah, he can't win either way.
They're just going to be bullies.
I know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
But
I know all about that.
But if you haven't read Irredeemable, check that out. That's a great run. They're all in trades. Highly recommend it. Yeah. Look at me pushing someone else's book.
It's a constant cycle of telling people to read other things.
Yeah.
What else are you reading right now?
Or
do you get a lot of time to read?
I'm overdue on my stack, but I chip away at it. But I'm up to date with Department of Truth and Something's Killing the Children. I really love crossover. I think that's such a cool concept, and it's one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those like I angry read it, like, why didn't I come up with this?
I feel like you're like looking at my wall here. There's Something's Killing the Children crossover.
I mean, those are like some of the 3 hottest books right now, and go figure, they're indie books. But I got my stack of free comic book day tools.
Yeah, I still haven't read mine yet.
Stray Dogs.
Yeah,
that one's great. I'm looking forward to reading Into the House of Slaughter. I think I read all but one of the Stranger Things miniseries.
Oh, nice.
Assassin's Creed, I read the Valhalla one. That was good. I'm way behind on the game. Video games are practically not an option for me anymore. The White Ash free comic book day thing. I try to read as much stuff that comes out by the publishers that I work with. I'll admit I haven't read all of them, but it's good to your label mates. It's important to know what they're doing too, and to support them as well. So like White Ash, I love Black Cotton. I'm really excited for other stuff that's coming out with Second Sight. They have a book called, I'm going to butcher the title, like Blood, Skulls, and Chrome. Is Bradley still listening?
That sounds right.
It sounds amazing.
The biker one? Yeah, it's awesome.
It might have supposed to have been out, but I don't know.
I read issue 1.
Okay. So there's issue 2 that maybe is coming out soon.
Yeah. I haven't read this Archie, but I like all the Archie horror stuff. Like Vampironica, Jughead, the Hunger. That stuff's really cool. Blossom 666 was really good. Vampirella. Been reading Christopher Priest's run. I really love Christopher Priest. He's one of my favorite writers of all time. Him being on Vampirella was such an awesome idea. For whoever thought about Christopher Priest being on, I wouldn't have thought about that, but I don't know. He's a great writer. And then this wasn't free comic book day, but I buy all of the Elvira photo covers. I love Elvira. I've met her once before. She's super cool. I grew up watching her late night show and her the late night movie Macabre stuff, and what's good about those Elvira comic books is it's that stepping away from everything. It's fun. It's quirky. It's campy. Everything doesn't have to be serious. It doesn't have to always be politics or agenda based and things like that. So,
nice. A question about shipping.
Shipping costs for Canada. Yeah, I made it flat rate for all countries, $30.
Nice.
I did that because it's hard to, in Kickstarter, you can't adjust the cost for different countries. It's either all over the world or just the US. So what I did before on Quicksand, an international shipper, he paid the cost, and it was much lower than what I put on there, and I refunded him the difference of it.
Oh wow!
And there was another person. It was like $15 more for me to ship it to him, and I just ate that. So it's a gamble. Right now, mailing things internationally sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Costs have just gone crazy.
It's so bad.
Oh, don't tell me that. Somebody internationally just won my low grade giveaway.
It's fine internationally.
Oh,
I'm gonna plug
Canada's not bad.
It's Glenn,
Stamps.com.
right?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, man. Stamps.com all day.
Or
that.
Pirate ship.
shipping.
Pirate ship, yeah.
No, just pirate ship, not pirate
Pirate ship.
shipping. It's just pirate ship.
Sorry.
Don't give people the wrong link.
Yeah. That could be.
Well, Google would have found it. Their algorithms would have led them to that place.
We got #1 Vampirella fan in the house.
Nice.
Oh, Zeno, you're showing your age, bro.
Where are we going with the Freak Show book?
More are planned. They're all going to be one shots with different titles. I have the structure for the next Freak Show book planned. It's just a lot of projects in the works, man. Unfortunately, fortunately, I still have a day job outside of comic books.
Yeah.
But the downside of that is it keeps me 40 hours or more away from comic books.
Yeah.
So, I get off work, I turn that laptop off at 4, I flip up the other laptop at 4, and then it's just, okay, I just swiveled and started doing another job. One of them pays great, one of them doesn't pay good.
Yeah.
So,
the
but
grind, though, dude. I have to commend you for that. That's the grind. That's very respectful, man. That's awesome.
It's a labor of love, and the goal is that it'll pay off to the point where I can do the comic books full time, and then wait till I get loose at that point.
Yeah.
When I have 40 extra hours a week, the things I can do with that.
I imagine.
Well, we're all hoping
it's the dream
happens as soon as possible.
Fingers
Get
crossed.
you out there. Yeah. It's one last thing that I'm wondering about that we heard recently in the news. Recount getting optioned potentially. I know you probably can't say anything, but
I don't know.
If it gets made, if it gets turned into something, do you have like your own fan cast of actors and actresses you'd want?
I fan casted it a long time ago, but I don't want to jinx it. I'd hate for.
Yeah.
Remember the Wizard days when they had the casting call in the Wizard magazines, and I might be dating myself, but so Wizard was.
I remember.
I wasn't super. I hadn't gotten into comics back when Wizard was still.
Yeah, same. I was not into them as a kid.
Wizard had an article or a segment in every magazine called Casting Call, where they fan casted a comic book into a movie, and I felt like they jinxed all those movies because most of them, practically all of them, have been made. And they've only been accurate like twice. I think they fan casted Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and maybe someone else for another one I'm forgetting. But I feel like that jinxed a lot of things. Okay. So I hate. I'm a superstitious guy.
You have them. You're just not going to share.
You got them up here. You're hoping that's what happened.
You know who you're going to tell them to reach out to.
But here's the thing: they're going to be like, "Shut up, stupid writer guy. We're Hollywood. We're going to do whatever we want to do. We got your signature on the dotted line. We're going to do whatever we want to do."
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, "Okay, just here's my address where you mail the check." Okay.
Give me my money, please.
If any of that actually is true, so
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Right.
Well, I hope so.
To be fair, I will say that I saw a picture of the Scout booth at
MegaCon. Oh.
And there was a label underneath Recount that said option. So I don't know if that.
I will be the last one to learn. I promise.
He's like, I can't make this say anything yet. So
you guys will be like, "Oh, congratulations!" I'll be like, "Congratulations for what?" And I'll have to go through everyone else's post.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scout and the good folks who may or may not have optioned it, if you look at second printing, I am skinny enough to play the dude, chunking up the deuce, and I got the mask. So, hey, holler at your boy.
That's a good cover. I love that cover.
Oh, it's an amazing cover. One of my favorites from the whole run. It's so dope.
It's awesome. It's awesome on so many ways. Like the peace sign, also kind of like meaning second print and everything. It's just really cool.
Clever.
Yeah, that's all Gabo. The Gabriel Ibarra Nunez, the artist who drew that. I just said, hey man, they just told me that it's going to second print. I need a cover like right now.
And he's tremendously talented.
He is.
His artwork is phenomenal.
Yep. I mean, he's done things. Speaking of Vampirilla and Christopher Priest's run, he's done a few issues of those.
Oh, that's sick.
It's just a matter of time before he's doing like the Punisher for Marvel or something like that. So I can say I knew that guy.
Anything else coming up that you want to put a plug out there for?
Any cons or anything?
I will be. Oh, they haven't announced that yet, so I can't say it.
Doing a thing.
Let me talk. I'm going to be doing a thing sometime soon. I should plug my Kara Prime stuff. My buddy Brian Silverbacks. He did all the movie homage covers for Recount.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I did a couple of stories in his Tales from Kara Prime. Soon there will be 2 separate issues set in that universe that I wrote. One of them, my character Arctica, which is a cyborg polar bear. She's going to have a full-length comic book. And then we have a separate full-length comic book where, let me try to explain the concept to you for this. It's like Star Trek meets the comic book Money Shots. Have you heard of that one from Bulk Company?
Yeah.
Right. It's very cheesy. I don't want to say cheesy, but raunchy. It's going to be a raunchy sci-fi zombie outer space comic book.
And the Kara
sounds good.
The Kara Prime thing, it's like an anthology, right? It's
what he did was a handbook first, which is like bios for all the characters. And then his next Kickstarter was the anthology, which is 5 pages of introduction to all those characters. And now what he's going to do after this is he's going to release he's going to run Kickstarters, and it's going to be 3 different comic books, separate floppy issues, and one character is going to be focused and featured in each of those issues. So I have 2 lined up in his different separate waves that are going to be coming out soon.
Okay, nice. That's dope.
Yeah. Something I should probably have 2 things in Diamond that will be on sale in December, but sorry, I have to wait.
Can't say yet.
Yeah. So, but
under lock and seal.
Soon. More Quicksand, more capable. We talked about the prequel. Yeah, more stuff with Stefano. So.
Awesome.
I hate being so vague. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine.
I love it. It gets me excited. I'm like, okay, now I'm just ready and watching.
Which means we have to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
And have you back on when it's ready.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the next time you got more stuff to talk about,
definitely
back on, we can talk about that.
I think by December, the end of this year, we'll be talking about some really cool things. For
sure. Once you write the script for the Recount movie, we can have you on for that, even though you can't confirm or deny it yet.
Oh no, writing movie scripts just sounds like a headache already. I was following Donnie Cates on Twitter when he was doing his draft for God Country. And
I'm so hyped for that.
Does someone else take it? I don't want to do the script for that. Just give me a cameo, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, you gotta have one of the writer cameos of you in a cafe that they're in or something like that. You running through the White House lawn and then getting shot.
Well, I was drawn into issue 1 of the Recount, so if you didn't recognize me before, go back and look for it. But I'm in there.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Mr. Cates. He's such a nice guy.
He is. Yeah.
He dropped some hints when we all got to hang out and chitter chat. So
Man.
I'm gonna as well.
Nice. Yeah. He's a super nice guy.
Oh, he is.
Supportive, very supportive of indie community, down to earth for someone that is, writing stuff at Marvel, Image. Yeah. So
all over.
Yeah.
Man, he's just a great guy all around. He recently, what's today? Sunday? Friday night, Lamb of God and Megadeth had a show here in Austin.
Yeah,
oh man, I know. I almost did on my channel to go to that show. And he tweeted he had extra seats for anyone who chose lawn seats way in the back. Trade them with me and I'll give you my floor seats. Yeah. So
That's
just hanging. Yeah, it was amazing. It was super cool. I need to get Twitter because I missed out.
Gotta get on that.
Yeah, I know, man.
Someone on our Twitch channel actually saying hi, I think.
Oh, well, welcome in.
Hello.
I'm Florius.
I'm Florius.
We simultaneously broadcast this to YouTube and Twitch, and then not many
YouTube is the winner usually.
On Twitch, yeah. But hey, that's awesome.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Absolute heathen.
I'm true. Being very true.
I'm gonna drop the link. I'm just here for the pickle action.
I feel like on this note, she's J2.
The
So
things we learned.
I'm gonna drop the link for Capable for Kickstarter one more time in the chat, and I'm gonna also drop for after this Kickstarter. Go check out the Collective Initiative Kickstarter. It has a tale from Capable in it.
Yes.
Can get that cover and get the cover in the add-ons for the Capable 4 Kickstarter. So collect them all, guys. Take care. We're gonna bounce to here. Anything else you want to add, Jonathan?
Just thanks for having me on. I appreciate all the support, and especially plugging the Kickstarter. So yeah.
Gotta get to 3,000.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Glad that we could get you on and work it in before Capable ended so we could have this happen.
Absolutely.
And glad we got to have you on in general because I know we talked about that at Pensacon. I was like,
for a while.
We're going to get you on at some point.
Yeah. It all worked out.
Yeah. So thanks, everybody that's been hanging out in the chat.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay, for coming on and joining us for this.
Thank you guys for inviting me on and having me, man. This was awesome. It's always a pleasure getting to talk with Jonathan and Sparks, Caroline. You guys are my bros, my sis, and I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's been real. It's been awesome and fun. Jonathan,
thanks for hanging out.
Dope set of dope, bro.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And before I wrap it up, looks like some love for the background art and the masks. I'm assuming that's probably your mask back there, Jay.
Yes.
Those are the everyday faces. This is the mask.
And we'll say good night here then. See you, everybody.
Night, everyone.